Steam Workshop Blueprints. In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about workshop blueprints within Planet Zoo. This video is going to be broken up into sections, and you can jump to those sections by the timestamps at the bottom of the video. So for instance, if you already know how to create a blueprint but you're struggling placing a blueprint, then you can jump to the relevant time point to watch what you need to learn. We're going to start off with the most easiest of fundamentals when it comes to blueprints, and that's creating a blueprint. So, say you've created a wonderful little habitat like you see here. By the way, this habitat is on my Steam Workshop, link in the description below. I've created this habitat and I want to make it into a blueprint, put it on Steam Workshop page and let others be able to download it. Remember, you can just save it for yourself or you can make it public and let others download it off the workshop. First thing we need to do is locate the habitat gate. So let's zoom in here. I know I'll put the habitat gate here. As you can see, I've just ran a null barrier all the way around to create an actual enclosure. If you are unsure how to use null barriers to create an enclosure, then I have got a video on my channel. So search it up, it probably won't be too difficult to find. But yeah, I've got the null barrier all the way around. I've got the habitat now, I need to make it into a workshop blueprint. So I'm just going to click this button here, save as blueprint, very simple. And then we're going to select a new blueprint. You can see I've already done it here, but I'll do it again for the sake of it, for showing you. And now is the time to take your picture. This is what will be shown on the main page when people click on Steam Workshop page. This is the first thing they'll see. Obviously, you can name it. At the moment, we're not uploading it to Steam Workshop. This is just going to go kind of like in your own gallery. So let's name it tutorial, shall we? Put any description you want in it. Blueprint tags is obvious. It's a habitat, so we'll find habitat. There it is. And then this is a habitat for the wombat, so we're going to go into the common wombat, click that, and we're going to create that blueprint. Now, once we created that blueprint, that's now saved in our game's files. So we need to go on blueprints. We need to go on my blueprint, and we can search that again. We named it tutorial, didn't we? So let's search that, and there you'll see it is. Now, if we click this button, upload to Steam Workshop page, all you have to do is create a workshop item and then name it again and put another description again. And once you do this, it will take you to your Steam Workshop page where you can decide to have it on private. You can decide to have it on public. You can add other images. Remember, if you're adding other images, if you're taking screenshots of this habitat for say, they need to be 720p. They can't be 1080p or they just won't upload basically. It's not compatible. So yeah, that's how you create and upload a blueprint to the Steam Workshop page. Downloading blueprints from the Steam Workshop. You can see here the Steam Workshop for Planet Zoo page on Steam is open, and it's very simple to download them. You just click on any blueprint you like the look of. Obviously this is the most popular and the most subscribed recently. For this instance, we're going to go onto my workshop, and you can see there's that tutorial habitat we made earlier. That's the blueprint we made earlier. All we have to do now is click on download. So let's go back, and you can see this plus button. Once you click this plus button, it will download. But if we go back to the main page, it's exactly the same principle. You see this realistic natural climbing frames. All we have to do is press subscribe and it will download. It will be in your game when you next open your game. If you was to download this blueprint from the Steam Workshop page and you select it, it will come up like this. As you can see, if I just lower the camera down, it is raised off the ground. So if you just click, it will place it. But unfortunately, it'll place it at a height and you'll have this disgusting, horrible slope. Now, if the creator of the workshop item which you've downloaded has got other people in mind, then they will put little tags to show you how to place it. But if not, I'll show you how to do it. So what I want to do is want to hover over like we did earlier, but this time instead of just clicking left click and placing it, we need to press the X button. Now this takes us into advanced move. As you can see, we can now lower it down to the level we want it, and we will get to the right height for it to look perfect. So we just need to play about with it. Remember, patience and perseverance does prevail. You can see also the path will be next to the habitat gate. Now that's a good indicator if the path is going to be raised or it is the right height. Obviously, if it shows a barrier around, it means it's raised. We don't want that. Let's try to get the right height here. Place it, and there we go. Everything is flat. The terrain tool has dug exactly down here how we want it to do. Everything is in line with each other, nothing is poking out or digging in, and we can go ahead and place the path underneath here like this. Remember, paths are not included in habitat creations, well, any blueprints for that matter. Paths will not be included, and unfortunately Planet Zoo, for some reason, they just can't get the paths when creating a workshop blueprint. But yeah, that's how you would download and how you would place a workshop blueprint in Planet Zoo. Now let's talk about some of the problems which we might come across when trying to place blueprints. But first, remember we've already talked about how to press X and lower or raise a blueprint down or up to be able to fit it down and make everything level. But this is what I meant by the hide and show. So these are instructions of how to place it. So basically we've got to obviously hide that one, but make sure that's showing. So if we do that using the X again, ever so slightly, and there we go. There's also some instructions there, and a lot of blueprints these days will have the hide and show signs here, so you know what level the habitat or the building like this needs to be at. Now let's have a look at some of the reasons why it might not let you place a blueprint. So let's go ahead and press pause. As you can see, we are currently in franchise mode, and that's where most of the problems placing blueprints are going to arise for you. As you can see, I've gone into my Steam workshop page of blueprints and I can't place most of them. And the main reason for this is you've just not done the research required to be able to place them. You've not researched the objects what are included in that blueprint. Now there's two ways of how to solve this problem. Quite obviously, the first way is to just research the items required. So you've got Africa theme, aquatic theme. If you open up your mechanics research, you need to pretty much research everything if you want everything, right? But if you really are just keen to get that blueprint in your franchise zoo and you don't want to do the research, you can open up a sandbox mode like I've done here. You can then go into the habitat itself or into the building and just remove the pieces which you've not already researched. As you can probably tell, that is going to take a long time and a lot of dedication. But if you want to do it, all you have to do is delete the elements out of the habitat or the building which you've not already researched, and then just replace it into your franchise zoo. And just a little side note here, if you do see that locked image in sandbox mode and you still can't place it, it's probably because it's gotten a reward statue involved. What I mean by this is the player what's created that item and put it on the Steam Workshop page has included one of these statues. These statues are rewards from campaign mode and other stuff, and if you've not completed them and earned those rewards yourself, you will not be able to put it in your own game. Now the last and final problem you might run into is trying to place blueprints near a path. Now if I go into blueprints and for instance, in fact we'll go with this is the bat aviary what I recently created. Now lower it down like I've always showed you to lower it down. Just like that. And now if we go to place it, you will see obstructed. Obstructed, obstructed, obstructed. Is obviously not what we want, and it's because of this path. Now even though the path is not exactly right up to the to this exhibit, that it's still not letting me place. So this is what I would do. By the way, there's nothing to really challenge this and nothing really to remove this mechanic from the game. It's just the way Planet Zoo works. I would place it. Once I've placed it down, I will delete the path. But I will leave a marker on one bit of path. This is how I do it personally. There's obviously other ways to do it. We'll move this right to the edge of the path. Like this. Delete this path, and now we know where the path is where we want to put it. Just makes it easier to align everything. So we'll select all this and we'll move it back. We'll align it to where we know we want to align it to, like that. And then we can go ahead and delete this. And then we can replace the path. Remember, if there's any on the grid pieces like this is, it's quite easy to just click align to grid, and then you can just align it around as so. And with that being said, that concludes the end of this video. I hope this video really did help you with everything to do with blueprints within Planet Zoo. Any questions, then drop them down in the comment section below. I will answer them. In the end of the day, I'm here to help you. But with that being said, if you did find this video helpful, then hit that like button. And my name's Adam. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will catch you in the next Planet Zoo video.